Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty exciting things to go over for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. We have some new hints towards returning Pokemon in the DLC for the Generation 9 games, and then we also have a couple of Easter eggs to go over as well for Scarlet and Violet. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try to hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at these new potential hints for returning Pokemon in the DLC for the Generation 9 games. Now, of course, take this with a massive grain of salt. It is just a rumor, but it could lead towards the idea that some of these Pokemon will return in the Generation 9 games. So, this was tweeted out by PokeGuardian saying, rumor, Pokemon card 151 set coming for June 2023 and the EX starter deck coming in July 2023. So, before you read any further, please keep in mind that this is still unconfirmed news and the information is subject to change. We can only have distributed information from a reliable source. We have not yet seen any sell sheets to confirm anything. This source claims that the products are genuine. So, Pokemon card 151 set. We have the first bit of information on a new upcoming set. So, officially known as the Scarlet and Violet Enhanced Expansion Pack Pokemon card 151. This subset releases on June the 16th, 2023 and contains 20 packs per booster box. It says the set is 165 cards plus question mark, so SR cards or better. One booster box includes 20 packs and one booster box costs 5,800 yen. The additional products for this set have also been listed, which is the Pokemon card 151 card file set Pokeball, and then Pokemon card 151 card file set Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. So this is the interesting thing. So the set and its products strongly suggest that this is a Kanto / Generation 1 inspired set. However, this is just pure speculation. It does not have to mean all 151 Gen 1 Pokemon are in the set. They lastly have listed a Pokemon card 151 card file set with Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, and another version named Pokeball. So, this is quite interesting because I'm not saying that all 151 Generation 1 Pokemon are going to be in the DLC, but the fact that it is called the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet expansion set or whatever, and there is one of the card file things is called Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, strongly suggests that if this is all true, that Venusaur and Blastoise are going to be in the Generation 9 games. Now, of course, they're not coming into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet via Home. We know that. We've had the data mines for Home. Scarlet and Violet will not have Blastoise and Venusaur through Home, but through DLC it is very possible. I mean, it's the exact same thing that happened in Pokemon Sword and Shield. We had Charizard throughout the game in Pokemon Sword and Shield because obviously of Leon's Charizard and stuff, and then in the Isle of Armor DLC we got Blastoise and Venusaur back into the games. They also got G-Max forms as well, so potentially it could be the exact same situation here. We could just be getting Venusaur and Blastoise back in the Generation 9 games via the DLC. And if there is a subset of cards coming out and it's literally labeled Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, that most likely means that it's gonna be because these Pokemon are in the game. Now, of course, Pokemon TCG doesn't always line up with the games. Like, I think in the Brilliant Stars set for Sword and Shield, there was like Breloom and Shroomish, whereas Breloom and Shroomish aren't in the Generation 8 games. So you can have TCG cards that, yeah, like I say, don't kind of cooperate with the games in that way. But the fact that the set is called Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, and it is a Scarlet and Violet expansion pack, it'd be a bit weird not to have the Generation 1 starters in the game. And again, because it could have a bunch of Generation 1 starter Pokemon in this 151 Gen 1 kind of card set, could mean that any Gen 1 Pokemon are going to be available to be back in the games. But I think most likely it strongly suggests that the Generation 1 starters will be back. It will be a little bit weird to have Charizard and not Venusaur and Blastoise. I know that we're going to have like Typhlosion without Meganium and Feraligatr unless they're back in the DLC. Same for like Samurott is going to be in the home transfer, where we're not going to have Emboar and Superior and stuff. But I think the Generation 1 starters are much more prominent than those, if that makes sense, in like the grand scheme of things. So I think this is a pretty cool hint toward, if this is true. Like I said, this isn't even confirmed, but it's, you know, it's from a reliable source. And if this does get announced, then, you know, a set for Scarlet and Violet, which literally has Venusaur and Blastoise in the title, with them not being in the game, is a little bit interesting. But yeah, I think this is a really strong indication, if this is true, that we are going to be getting Venusaur and Blastoise back in the Generation 9 games through the DLC as well. Whether that's through, you know, if we're getting multiple DLC packs, it'll probably be the first one. But yeah, hopefully this is true. Let me know what you guys think, though. Do you think this is kind of evidence to suggest that we are going to get them back, or do you just not think we're going to get any of the starters in the DLC? Anyway, that's the first thing that I wanted to go over. Like I say, let me know your thoughts on that. I don't think there's anything about the starter deck either. The popular starter decks are returning once more, featuring X cards of Decidueye, Victini, Greninja, Miraidon, Clefable, Koraidon, Houndoom, and Melmetal. I mean, this is even kind of a stronger case for it, to be fair, because they're making a Scarlet and Violet starter deck with Decidueye, which we know is back in the DLC, Greninja, well, in the home transfer, Greninja, which, of course, obviously it's going to be back through the home transfers, but obviously we're getting it in the raids as well. Clefable, which obviously is already in the game, Koraidon and Miraidon, which are already in the game. I think, yeah, Houndoom's already in the game. I think Melmetal might be coming back in home. If not, it's probably going to be coming back in DLC. Victini as well, I think, is going to be coming back in home. So a lot of these are already Pokemon that are already going to be in the game, but again, technically aren't in the game yet. Like, the Game Freak, like, we're not supposed to know that Decidueye is coming back. You know, we weren't supposed to know that Greninja is going to be coming back. So again, the fact that these starter decks have got Pokemon that aren't actually in the game yet is also suggesting that, you know, this could also mean that these stars are going to be back in the game as well. And yeah, the part means random, so this may refer to another concept of the starter deck, which you get randomized decks. But yeah, the main thing is the fact that there's Decidueye and Greninja decks without them being in the game yet means that it's even stronger evidence to suggest that these are going to be in the game as well. But again, let me know your thoughts on that. I think it's a really cool indication that they're going to be, but we'll have to wait and see. Now we'll move on. So Soul Silver Art found this, which was quite interesting. Again, I don't think it's anything too crazy. It could just be an Easter egg. It could be nothing, but Soul Silver Art tweeting out saying, wait, did Game Freak put this book in Cogita's house in Pokemon Legends Arceus as a cheeky hint to the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet book? They aren't exactly the same, but it's close enough to be an Easter egg for me. Thanks Shiny Hunter Rob for the find. So yeah, this is in the house here, and obviously as you can see down here, there's this purple book. And again, I think they're trying to make the connection that it's the same book in the as the Violet book in the library. I don't think it is. I mean, as much as I'd love Easter eggs and stuff, I think this is just literally two purple books or two pink books or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I don't think this is a massive hint towards, well, not a massive Easter egg, but either way, it would be cool if it was. But I think it'd make more sense if it was like a Scarlet book, because Scarlet is the one that's obviously from the past, like featuring all the prehistoric Pokemon, and obviously Legends Arceus is from the past, so I don't know why they'd use like a futuristic one, unless it's because you come from the future, maybe, but I don't know. I think if they were gonna make an Easter egg here, I think it'd be the Scarlet one. But either way, that's just my 2 cents on that situation. Either way, it could be an Easter egg. Let me know what you guys think about that. Moving on, we also have this from Light. So I just figured out that initially this plate was in a different position. It seems that a giant hand was holding it. What do you think? After 200 years, they removed it from removed it from was stuck and polished it. So yeah, this was from the Violet book or the Scarlet book. As you can see, it is completely like shrouded in this sort of like cave thing. I don't think this is a hand. I think these are literally just rocks, but as you can see, it was clearly moved. So it was like kind of stuck in this rock kind of like formation, and then it was moved to this kind of location here. So that's quite interesting, like what moved it. I'm guessing like just massive machinery or something down in Area 0 maybe. But yeah, quite interesting that they took out this kind of tablet thing and then posted it here. So again, I think there's a lot more that meets the eyes about these, and I think we'll find out more about it in the DLC, because again, it's all in like the Violet and the Scarlet book as well. So they clearly have they're quite important in the grand scheme of things. But either way, I think this again is just shaping up for like the DLC and stuff like that. And then moving on, we of course have the new Terra Raids happening today. The 7th Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Terra Raid battle event has begun. Face off against Drifblim or Miss Magius for a variety of rewards. Runs until January the 22nd at 23:59 UTC. We're currently complying details, and then these are all the rewards here. So you got your different kind of star rating of Drifblim and Miss Magius. Of course, they're version exclusive, and yeah, no Herba Mystica, unfortunately. I don't know why you don't do Herba Mystica in these. Maybe it's just because they pop up more frequently, but again, the drop rates for Herba is so bad anyway. It's like just throw us a bone. Just give us some Herba Mystica. So yeah, these are just the items you can get. Again, the drop rates and stuff like that. All on Cerebi if you want to check it out. But again, I never really bother with these things because there's not really much point doing them. Like, yeah, you get some cool items and stuff, but you get these in like any raid, so it's not really anything worthwhile. You just get these pop up more frequently than the rest. But either way, that's this weekend. Of course, next weekend is the big one with the Greninja raid. We'll talk about that a bit more closer to the time. Again, we don't really know the best counters for it because we don't know the move pool. Greninja has such a good move pool. It could have Grass Knot for everyone that's bringing like Quagsire. It could have Ice Beam for people that are bringing Clodsire. It could have Ice Beam for people that are bringing Garchomp, stuff like that. Like, we don't know the move pool of it, so we've got to wait and see before we start like making these competitive Pokemon. But anyway, that is going to be everything for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please do drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Let me know your thoughts on this. I don't know, am I thinking like way too out the box here, or is this general like evidence that we are going to get the Kanto starters back? Again, the exact same thing happened in Sword and Shield, and the fact that, you know, they've got literally a set named after them, a Scarlet and Violet set named after Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise, as well as them making Scarlet and Violet EX starter decks with Decidueye, Greninja, these Pokemon that are returning in the games that, again, we're not supposed to know about yet. I don't know, I think it's quite interesting, and I think it is really good evidence to suggest it. But either way, let me know your thoughts on that and everything else that we covered in today's video. Everything that from me, though, if you enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, or ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, though, and until next time, peace.